David de Gea set for emotional Old Trafford return as Manchester United announce pre-season clash with Fiorentina. Manchester United have officially announced their final pre-season friendly ahead of the 2025/26 campaign, and it promises to be an emotional occasion. The Red Devils will host Fiorentina at Old Trafford on Saturday, August 9th, with kickoff scheduled for 12:45 p.m. The fixture marks the culmination of United's summer preparations and will be highlighted by the return of a familiar face, former goalkeeper David de Gea. De Gea, now 34, spent over a decade at Manchester United, making 545 appearances between the posts before departing in July 2023. After a prolonged period without a club, the Spanish international signed with Fiorentina, where he has rediscovered his form and become a key figure in their push for European qualification in Serie A. For United fans, the match will provide a long-overdue chance to bid farewell to a club legend. Despite being one of the club's most loyal and consistent performers over the last generation, De Gea never received a proper send-off following his departure. The upcoming friendly offers the perfect setting for supporters to express their appreciation and for De Gea to say goodbye to the Old Trafford faithful. Speaking ahead of the match, Manchester United's technical director, Jason Wilcox, underlined the importance of the fixture, both from a sporting and emotional perspective. This final pre-season fixture is key to our preparations for the 2025/26 campaign, he said. It will ensure the players have all had competitive game time against top opposition in different environments, including Old Trafford, before the Premier League resumes. Wilcox emphasized the collaborative effort between the coaching staff and the club's hierarchy to design a challenging yet meaningful pre-season schedule. We have worked closely with Ruben and his coaching staff to put together a schedule of exciting and competitive fixtures that create the best conditions for the team to prepare. This includes utilizing some of the leading sporting facilities in the US, playing against strong opponents, and creating opportunities for as many fans as possible to see the team. Before facing Fiorentina, United will embark on a 3-game tour of the United States as part of the Snapdragon Cup. They will also play a warm-up match against Leeds United in Stockholm. These matches are intended to sharpen the squad and integrate new signings and youth prospects ahead of a demanding Premier League season. Meanwhile, De Gea has been enjoying a career resurgence in Florence. The veteran keeper has impressed with his performances for Fiorentina and has spoken positively about his new chapter in Serie A. In an interview with La Repubblica, De Gea reflected on his time away from football and the benefits of taking a break after so many years at the top level. "I just wanted to take it easy for a while after playing at the highest levels for many years," he said. "Perhaps it was the best period of my life. I could finally enjoy time with my family and friends whom I had seen little in the past 15 years. I traveled between Madrid and Manchester, continuing to train my mind and body." Fiorentina appear keen to keep hold of their star goalkeeper, with reports suggesting they plan to trigger the 1-year extension clause in his contract. De Gea confirmed the option exists and hinted at a willingness to stay. "I signed for 1 year and the club has an option to renew. I'm happy in Florence and at Fiorentina, but first we need to finish the season in the best possible way." Now settled in Italy, De Gea still holds fond memories of his time in Manchester and remains close to several United players and staff. His return to Old Trafford will undoubtedly be an emotional affair. Not just for him, but for the fans and club he served with distinction for over a decade. Manchester United look ahead to Europa League semi-final clash with Athletic Club amid injury concerns. Manchester United are preparing for another historic European night as they get set to face Athletic Club in the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa League. Following a physically demanding draw away to Bournemouth, head coach Ruben Amorim faces several key selection dilemmas due to injuries and player management. One of the biggest blows is the loss of Diogo Dalot, whose consistency and versatility on the right flank have been pivotal this season. The Portuguese international has been ruled out with a calf problem sustained recently. In his absence, Amorim could opt to stick with Noussair Mazraoui in the right wing-back role, a position he filled during the Bournemouth clash. On a more positive note, Luke Shaw made his long-awaited return to the starting of Biens and completed the full 90 minutes, his first start for United in over a year. His availability gives Amorim more options on the left side of the defense, especially with Dalot unavailable. Meanwhile, several key players remain sidelined. Altay Bayindir, Matthijs de Ligt, Aiden Heaven, Lisandro Martinez, Toby Collier, and Joshua Zirkzee are all currently unavailable due to injuries. Amad Diallo is hoping to return to training soon, which would provide a much-needed boost in attacking areas. Chido Obi, who made a substitute appearance at Bournemouth, is unfortunately ineligible for European competition and won't be an option. United's opponents, Athletic Club, are facing injury issues of their own. Star midfielder and top scorer Oyhan Sanset picked up a hamstring injury in the recent 1-0 win over Las Palmas and is unlikely to be risked for the first leg in Spain. The club hopes he may recover in time for the return fixture at Old Trafford, but that remains uncertain. In his place, Unai Gomez, now fit again, is expected to slot into the lineup. However, the Basque side will be buoyed by the return of Spain international Nico Williams, whose pace and creativity have made him a key threat under manager Ernesto Valverde. Historically, Athletic Club represent a fascinating and unique challenge. Since their formation in 1911, the club has famously adhered to a Basque-only player policy, selecting only those born or trained in the region. This identity-driven approach has seen them become one of Spain's most respected institutions, and they play their home games at the magnificent 53,331 capacity San Mamés, one of the stadiums selected to host matches during the 2030 World Cup. United have only managed one win in 4 competitive meetings against Athletic Club. That sole victory came in 1957 during the Busby Babes era, when United overturned a 5-3 deficit from the first leg with a memorable 3-0 win at Main Road. Goals from Dennis Viollet, Tommy Taylor, and Johnny Berry helped create one of United's first great European nights. More recently, in 2012, Marcelo Bielsa's thrilling Athletic side stunned Old Trafford with a 3-2 win before sealing a 2-1 victory in the return leg in Bilbao. Wayne Rooney scored in both legs, including a stunning long-range goal late in the second match, but it wasn't enough to prevent United's exit. Elsewhere in the Europa League semi-finals, Tottenham Hotspur are set to face Norwegian underdogs Bodo Glimt. Spurs impressed in the previous round by defeating Eintracht Frankfurt, while Bodo Glimt continued their fairy tale run by overcoming Lazio in a penalty shootout. The Norwegian side also gave United a scare earlier in the competition, narrowly losing 3-2 at Old Trafford. As United chase silverware amid a turbulent domestic season, all eyes will be on Ruben Amorim's tactical decisions and the team's ability to overcome their injury setbacks. With European glory within touching distance, the stage is set for another dramatic chapter in the Reds' storied continental history. Marcus Rashford. Eyes Barcelona move, willing to take pay cut to end United's stint. Marcus Rashford is reportedly prepared to take a significant pay cut in order to complete what he considers a dream move to FC Barcelona, as he looks to end his long-standing association with Manchester United. The 27-year-old forward, currently on loan at Aston Villa, is said to have no interest in making his switch to Villa Park permanent, instead prioritizing a move abroad, with the Camp Nou his preferred destination. Rashford joined Villa on loan at the end of the January transfer window following a breakdown in his relationship with Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim. While his move to the Midlands was initially seen as a chance to reboot his season, It now appears to have paved the way for a permanent departure from Old Trafford. The England international has made a strong impression under Unai Emery, scoring 4 goals and providing 6 assists in 17 appearances. Emery showed his faith in Rashford by starting him in high-profile matches, including both legs of the UEFA Champions League quarter-final against Paris Saint-Germain and the Premier League clash with Manchester City at the Etihad. However, Rashford's progress was recently halted by a hamstring injury that has ruled him out for the remainder of the season. He was forced to watch from the sidelines as Villa suffered a heavy 3-0 defeat to Crystal Palace in the FA Cup semi-final. Both Manchester United and Aston Villa are now reportedly in discussions regarding the forward's rehabilitation plan, with a return to Old Trafford to continue his recovery on the table. Despite Villa holding a £40 million buy option in the loan deal, Rashford is said to have no desire to remain in the Midlands long term. According to a report by David McDonnell of the Daily Mirror, the United Academy graduate does not want to join Aston Villa permanently and is instead determined to join Barcelona this summer. The report further reveals that Rashford is ready to reduce his current wage demands, believed to be in the region of £350,000 a week, in order to facilitate the transfer. Financial constraints at Barcelona may have scuppered a potential move in January, but the forward's willingness to take a financial hit could now revive the Catalan club's interest. From Manchester United's perspective, selling Rashford would make financial sense. As an academy product, any transfer fee received for the forward would be registered as pure profit under the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability Rules (PSR), and it would also significantly reduce the club's wage bill. Rashford's relationship with Amorim appears beyond repair, and with his path back into the first team blocked, a summer exit is looking increasingly likely. Whether Barcelona choose to reignite their interest, now under more favorable financial terms, remains to be seen. But for Rashford, the writing seems to be on the wall. His future lies away from Old Trafford, and his heart is set on the Camp Nou. Reds recognize Europa League heroes in penultimate Player of the Month shortlist. Despite a challenging run of domestic results, Ruben Amorim's Manchester United side achieved their primary objective for April, reaching the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa League. The emotional second-leg comeback against Lyon at Old Trafford has rightly influenced the shortlist for April's Player of the Month award, with 4 standout performers nominated for their contributions to one of the season's most unforgettable nights. Casemiro has earned a well-deserved spot after a string of commanding displays, reminding everyone of his world-class pedigree. The Brazilian midfielder made 5 appearances during the month, contributing 2 assists, but his influence extended well beyond numbers. He was instrumental in the Manchester derby, making 11 tackles, a standout defensive effort, and narrowly missed out on the man-of-the-match accolade. However, it was against Lyon in the second leg where Casemiro truly shone. Fouled in the box to earn a vital penalty converted by Bruno Fernandes, he then assisted both of United's late goals. A clever ball set up Kobbie Mainoo's equalizer before his pinpoint cross found Harry Maguire for the dramatic winner. At 33, Casemiro is still proving to be a leader, both in presence and performance. Team captain Bruno Fernandes is aiming to clinch a 3rd consecutive Player of the Month award, and he remains the heartbeat of this side. Across his 6 starts and 1 substitute appearance in April, the Portuguese international scored once and assisted once, but his impact goes far deeper. Rested for the start of the Wolves' defeat, Bruno returned to deliver decisive moments in Europe, calmly slotting home the pressure-filled penalty against Lyon that turned the tide in United's favor. His cross also set up Xerxes' header in the first leg, showcasing his trademark creativity. Voted man of the match by fans in 3 different matches, against Manchester City, Lyon, and Bournemouth, Fernandes continues to drive the team forward with energy, vision, and leadership. Harry Maguire has emerged once again as a cult hero among fans. Featuring in 4 starts and 1 late substitute appearance, the center-back was influential at both ends of the pitch. He played an incisive ball to Diogo Dalot for a key goal in the Lyon clash and, when pushed forward in stoppage time, delivered the iconic moment of April, heading home Casemiro's cross to complete a stunning comeback. Maguire's resilience and commitment, even when thrown into an attacking role late on at Forest, demonstrate the fighting spirit he embodies. Rounding out the nominees is Leny Yoro, the teenage defender who is blossoming into a star. Yoro scored his first goal for the club in the away leg against Lyon, showing composure and confidence well beyond his years. With 5 starts and a substitute appearance, the Frenchman impressed with his composure in possession and no-nonsense defending, particularly in the 0-0 draw with City. He was unlucky to miss out on man of the match in Lyon, narrowly edged out by Fernandes, but continues to justify the club's investment in him. Fans now face a tough decision as they cast their votes. The winner will be revealed on Thursday morning, with each candidate deserving recognition for their role in one of the most dramatic months of the campaign.